Welcome everybody to a Division 2 match now between Tyler Adams at the bottom of the screen and Ivan Alfonso at the top. It looks like Tyler is on some sort of green-black variation. You can see the two green belt rampages there, so he's taking advantage of this early one drop, but I think he just misplayed his lands there. He should have gone forest into the Llanowar Elves, or did he not have a forest in his opening hand? Apologies for the sound. On limited recording capabilities at the moment, and also I don't have access to the internet while I record this, so I can't actually input league points for the players. My intention here being to record this when I get some free time and then upload it when I get some internet access later. Looks like Ivan's on blue-white control. Ivan's from Argentina, so blue-white, keeping with his country colours. Tyler, I'm not really sure what he's doing here. He had that Llanowar Elves in his opening hand, but he's chosen not to play it at all. Now he's considering here the thrashing Brontodon. He's going to play it out. He could have, because the idea is the Brontodon's going to be able to take down the search for a Skanta. So normally he would want to play it with the mana open so that he could play it and kill it in the same turn, so that Ivan doesn't have a chance to respond. But blue-white generally cannot kill a creature once it's on the battlefield. Unless it's attacking. So Fumigate would be the option there for. So here we go. He's going to attack. So if he's got to settle the wreckage, he'll play it now. Fumigate's about the only card that they have in their main deck that can take down an untapped creature that's in play. Yeah, I'm confused though with the Llanowars. I'm sure he'll explain that later. I'm not sure why he held it so long to play it. I mean, the whole point of it's a turn 1 ramp spell. I'm currently reside at my parents' house, so they've got a bit of a busy street and the water next door. I'll see if I can give you a glimpse. So that's the nice view and what I'm enjoying while I'm also commentating this match. So these matchups tend to play out the same way each time. Tyler's going to build up a critical mass of creatures. Ivan's going to hope to draw his removal spells. The green creatures used to be a big problem because of cards like Carnage Tyrant, but here's Teferi, that's just going to die, straight up die unless he can find a card. Seal Away is the card he'll be looking for here. So he untaps. So once Gelter, which is obviously Gelter's actually lethal, so he doesn't need to attack Teferi here at all. You can see he plays out. So there's so many problems on the board here for Ivan. He just needs to swing Gelter just at Ivan. He didn't need to swing that second Elves. Seal Away is going to take down Gelter, so that's the play. That was the play. If he's got a follow-up Fumigate here, then he's in a really good position. We'll see what he's got. He's got the mana for it. Does he have the Fumigate? He's going to get 2 looks because he can draw a card with Teferi as well. He does not. He cycles a Sensor, so he's down to 5. He can still play it. Still looking for Fumigate because the Steel Leaf Champion and the Vinemere. Steel Leaf Champion's a 5/4, Vinemere's a 5/3. So he's got Tyler's actually got lethal on board and 2 creatures. I think he needs to update his images here. We don't have those images. Just a reminder that he's just dead here unless he's got another Seal Away. This one's over, or he can have a settle the wreckage. Yeah, this is recorded by Tyler, so I have no control over the images of the cards. So I merely get a recording. So he just needs to swing those 2. At this stage of the game, there's no point going after Teferi, because the only thing that can save him here would be a settle the wreckage. He doesn't have it, so Tyler takes game 1. We're on to game 2 now. You can see a blossoming defense there. The other card that the green decks sometimes have in their sideboard is I forget the name, but it's an EDH All Star. It's 1+ green, and all creatures, all your permanents get hexproof and destructible. That card's against Fumigate. Here's an authority of the consoles coming from the sideboard, so all Father's creatures will enter tapped, which means you can't actually crew that Heart of Quran with a creature here. The Steel Leaf Champion normally could, but it's going to come in tapped. Thrashing Brontodon gets countered. That's a bit by an Essence Scatter. It seemed to skip a frame there on the recording. That's not. That's probably my fault because I speed this up to 2.2 times. Steel Leaf Champion gets an Essence Scatter. The Llanowar Elves resolves. The Heart of Quran needs 3 to crew. So here's a history of Benalia now. This is a pretty aggressive use of a blossoming defense here to crew the Heart of Quran. Alright, but history of Benalia is a good one because that's a super aggressive use of blossoming defense. You can see this history of Benalia is going to do some serious damage next turn. So here comes a Scrap Heap Scrounger, but again that authority of the consoles makes this very awkward because it comes in tap, so it can't crew the Heart of Quran. And it gains Ivan life as well. And there's another bonus. Authority of the consoles with Seal Away, so you can exile that. I think we could be going to game 3 here. Tyler's just run out of gas. The rest would have been nice in the opening hand. And just look at that loaded hand. The only thing that's missing is lands. He took the Teferi, but there's a Lyra Dawnbringer, and 2 Glimmer of Genius. So if he hits his 4th land, he's going to be able to do a ton of damage here. Tyler's seen enough, so we're going to game 3. Yeah, he double checks the Blooming Marsh. Blooming Marsh and Woodland Cemetery now. A fast land and a check land can be a bit confusing. So you can get the turn 2, 3, 4 for 2 mana. And here comes Aronis. So we'll see if there's an Essence Scatter. Well, smart move here, attack first, just to see if he can bait out a Seal Away. He cannot. What do you want to play out here? I'd be tempted to go the Steel Leaf Champion instead of the Aronis. You'd expect his counter spells on the other side. He does not. So whenever he cycles on turn 2, that's a big worry for Ivan. If he can get down a Steel Leaf Champion this turn, which he's going to be able to, Aronis is going to be able to get in here. And also he's got that Thrashing Brontodon, so he could actually use a Brontodon here to get the Seal Away. Aronis is going to get in. And this does not look good now for Ivan. Keep in mind he's got 2 Glimmer of Genius, so he's going to be able to find something and play the Lyra Dawnbringer next turn. 10 damage coming across. Still no removal spell on the other side, so Ivan drops to 3. Hard counters the Thrashing Brontodon. Now he's probably going to play the Lyra Dawnbringer here, which should keep him safe. It will die though to Ronus. He's going to be forced to block Ronus. Yeah, so Ronus is indestructible. He's just double checking that. Oh no, this is going to be big because he's going to be able to neutralize something here. I would have neutralized the Seal Away. So he's just gone for the play that prevents him from gaining life here. That was kind of a pointless to give up the Haship Oasis there because Ronus has trample, sorry, apologies to Tyler. He said this is going to be lethal. It's going to trample through the damage. This should be lethal, I believe. Huh. I thought Ronus had trample. I might have been mistaken. If he doesn't have trample, then there was no point sacking it. Desert onto Ronus. Fumigate will not work here, particularly if a Steel Leaf champion, so we're going to game 3. And on to game 3 now. Oh no, sorry, he takes it 2-0. So, and these guys actually played Legacy uh, second rather than Modern in the correct order. Of course, you can play the games in any order you want. You just mutually agree with your partner. Ivan playing a Underground Sea into a main phase Brainstorm. And a Baleful Strix, so it looks like it's Grixis control on one side. Here's the first test. Does he have the counter spell for the Blood Moon? He does not, so this could be a pretty quick game 1 to Tyler. I'm actually quite surprised when he's on Grixis control that he would have kept that hand if he doesn't have a counter spell. A Force of Will particularly. Goblin Rebel Master down. And the Baleful Strix comes in. We've seen this deck from Tyler quite a few times in the league now. I think it's a pretty good one. At my LGS they play full proxy legacy, so I'm gonna sleeve this one up next time and play it. Yeah, I was gonna say he can actually still cast his Force of Wills because he doesn't tap the mana for them, but there's just a sense that the 1/1's not going to get it done here. And there's a probably kind of an inevitability about this. You can see 6 cards in the hand. You'd imagine he's probably Ivan's probably loaded up on ponders and brainstorms that he can't do anything with. Trying to draw what would most likely be 1 or 2 basics in his deck. And this is the kind of Blood Moon lock. Now it's just a case of 2 turns and actually, yeah, 2 turns and we're done because he can actually just sacrifice an artifact post combat to do 2 damage. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he needs 2 more turns. Yeah, so Ivan had seen enough, and we're on to game 2. See what he fetches this time. Oh, he still fetches the non-basic. Tyler's going to be able to go for a turn 1 Chalice with Void here. Turn 1 Chalice is pretty bad again. I mean, pretty bad for the Grixis player. If this resolves, half his deck gets cut out. But surely he kept. Oh, he didn't keep a counter spell. So now he can't play Brainstorms, Ponders, Delvers. Fetches a basic this time, but a basic island is no good to him now. Two basic islands, he would have loved to have had those in the previous match. Oh, but a Vendilion Click, that's a big one. It is going to enable Tyler to resolve a Blood Moon, but you can see on this board here, Blood Moon's not going to be that good. And Snaring Bridge is the card the Click will take. Think he took a Blood Moon. I don't know about that. I don't unless he doesn't have a Force of Will. So yeah, I don't know what the point of taking that Blood Moon was. Particularly now he's played a Swamp. I think he should have taken the Ensnaring Bridge. You can see Tyler's got 2 now. He's not going to be able to beat the Ensnaring Bridge. And actually, he probably should have taken the Fiery Confluence because the Confluence can just kill his Wincon here. It's going to kill his Jace. Like, knock some loyalty points off Jace and takes down. He's got 4 cards in hand. Once this Ensnaring Bridge resolves, I don't see how he can win this. He just brainstorms with the Jace. Not really sure what he would be looking for in a brainstorm. So here comes one of the win cons for Tyler. It's Chandra Torture Defiance. That's definitely going to get a Force of Will. Pitching a Force of Will. Well, that's an interesting choice again from Ivan there, pitching the Force of Will when he's got 3 cards in hand. So I'd imagine he would have pitched a Brainstorm or a Ponder if he had them, and we've aided him in the deck. He hasn't played any yet. I'm a bit surprised that he actually didn't do that. Okay, here's a Gurmag Angler. This is a good one, but he's not going to be able to beat these Ensnaring Bridges. So Gurmag can't attack. I think this deck he would probably play a few Kolaghan's commands in the main deck, so he can answer it. Baleful Strix will be able to get in. Yeah, Baleful Strix is going to be able to get in for 1 turn here. But 2 Ensnaring Bridges I think might be a bridge too far for, metaphorically speaking, a bridge too far for Ivan to get across. Not sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not sure why Tyler's not choosing to play out the Rebel Master or the Magus. Here's another Chalice. Hold on, I'm completely lost here. I don't know why he conceded that match. It doesn't make sense to me. Looks like we're on to game 3. He's got Koth. He's got Koth in Legacy. Here's Trinisphere. And it's going to have to get Force of Will, pitching Ponder. Yeah, I'm curious. Hopefully Tyler can answer that for us. Why he conceded that second game? I think he had that game won. He was not playing out the Rebel Master or the Magus in his hand. You can see he chooses to play it out this time. Ivan fetches a basic mountain. I don't know why he did that either. Doesn't make a difference with Blood Moon. But I think Ivan's going to be forced to use the Baleful Strix on defense here, because Goblin Rebel Master was threatening to take over that match, but Kolaghan's command on the Rebel Master. Now, I don't know if I would have fired that off there, because after what we've seen from Pyla, a Trinisphere, Ensnaring Bridges, Crucible of Worlds, I think I would have tried to get an artifact with that. But this is looking pretty ominous now as Gurmag Angler comes down. Sorcerer's Spike. So we'll see what's going on the other side. He's going to hide something here, but you'd imagine Jason Mind Sculptor is going to get named. A Fatal Push and a Baleful Strix. Yep, he names Jace the Mind Sculptor. But this does not look good here for Tyler. Ivan looking like he's got this one sewn up. Of course, Ivan doesn't have the second blue source to be able to play Jace out. And this is looking ugly, yeah. So Ivan takes down Legacy 2-1. We're on to Modern now. This is a pet deck of Tyler's. His what do they call it? Lantern Control up against a Noble Hierarch from a Botanical Sanctum in turn 1's probably Spirits. Let's see what. Yep, Supreme Phantom there. That's a bad keep from Ivan. Only two creatures and 5 lands. Super risky. I mean, I can see the logic of the keep. I'm guessing is that you're most likely not to draw a land the next turn. So this is a race against time now to see who can. Tyler's got to get Ensnaring Bridge. This whole deck revolves around Ensnaring Bridge. He can't win if he can't find a bridge. So Ivan's got to kill him before he can resolve the bridge. And Drogskol is going to get in for 4. Okay, Wur's going to help him find it, but you can see again he's quite some way away from being able to even cast that. And now we can see the top card. So it's a Noble Hierarch coming next. Hierarch is not what you want because there's not. I'm surprised he let him. Oh, I guess Lantern has to get rid of the Hierarch because once he gets Ensnaring Bridge down, Hierarch's the only card that can actually win the game for Ivan. So he's put him to 4, top deck time, it's a Witchbane Orb, it's not going to do it. So in his upkeep, yeah, he's going to Codex Shred himself, hoping to find something. It's not what he wants. He can do it one more time. But, so he's going to put down the Ensnaring Bridge here. He's got the Whir of Invention. Noble Hierarch is still going to get in. It's a 3-turn clock. Collected Company. So it's going to just be the Hierarch getting in here. So 2-turn clock after this. Why is he tapping that forest? Okay, so you can see he's aggressively looking now, Tyler is. He's trying to find something to kill the Hierarch. There's 2 Hierarchs, so uh, Ivan's actually got lethal on board. Yeah, and so that's game. We're going to game 2 now. You can see 2 Abrupt Decays have come in. And a Pyroclasm. That's an interesting one. And there's a Hierarch again on turn 1. So that'll get an Abrupt Decay, I'd imagine. Or yeah, he could have been thinking greedy there and held out Pyroclasm, but I think that's a bit risky because once the creatures get over a certain level, although that's not going to be the case for the Hierarchs because they can't be pumped by the Spirit Lords. Um, the recording's just a bit choppy in places there. So Supreme Phantom's not a threat, it's only going to get in for 1. I'd be surprised if we saw... I'd be surprised if we saw Abrupt Decay here. I think he's not going to do anything except hold that for a Noble Hierarch. Because you can see the Inventor's Sphere is offsetting the gains. And here's another, this one's over, I think. Phantasmal Image coming in. The only thing here is Ivan would have bought in his artifact hates, a Reclamation Sage or Kasali Pride Mage. So he's going to be able to take down that Ensnaring Bridge at some point. And he's also going to be able to then use Phantasmal Image to copy the Pride Mage or whatever it is he draws. Second one gets a counter spell, so Unified Wills are coming. Blooded Strand is a decent pickup for the long game here because you can see Kyler's going to... I think he'd be tempted to shuffle that Noble Hierarch away. We'll wait and see. Next turn. He might crack his Lantern here and not give him the Hierarch. He doesn't, so he lets him have the Hierarch. So he's got to fire this Decay off now. Yep. So yeah, so that's the strategy he's on. Save the Abrupt Decays for the Noble Hierarchs. But because the reason for that is that the Supreme Phantoms are 1 power, can swing in and then get the pump. He is drawing a bit blank here though. Here's a Spell Queller. So Ivan's got plenty of answers, he just doesn't have the... Okay, so what he can do now, if you're Ivan, is you can see Tyler doesn't have a way to actually mill just yet. He's about to get one, you'd imagine, with that Ancient Stirrings. Um, he can only crack the Lantern, so if there's a card he wants on top, then in response to the mill, he can shuffle Flooded Strand and protect it. So he doesn't want to crack that Flooded Strand. So here's a Mutavault, that's not going to work. So here, well, actually, he does have an Ether Vial, which is not going to matter. I thought they would have come out. Phantasmal Image is not going to matter. So Coco is not going to work here. I think we're about to go to game 3. Supreme Phantom is not going to matter. Yep, he's seen enough, and so we're going to game 3. I think Ivan's had the Noble Hierarch pin 1 every time so far. Ancient Stirrings will fall. Oh, it's all lands. I guess that's a good filter at least. Three Ancient Stirrings in his opening hand. Okay, that's problems. So he's looking for his Abrupt Decays now. Does he find them? Europur Ether Grid has come in. He can't actually find Abrupt Decay with Ancient Stirrings. So the good thing for him here is that he's actually just milled through 10 cards without an Abrupt Decay. But Mox Opals cannot tap for mana. And also the other big thing here is that Spell Queller can actually stop Abrupt Decay. Because Abrupt Decay can't be countered, but Spell Queller doesn't counter Exiles. So Ivan's kind of on the game plan here of just protect the Hierarch at all costs. Well, there's Seal of Primordium, so he's got to counter this. He cannot, so the Stony Silence game plan is out the window. And Tyler can actually, he doesn't have the third artifact from Mox Opal at this stage. Ooh, Paula's Bell. So he's gonna play the Hierarch here through the Whir of Invention. We'll see if a counter spell here. Now this is a value of 3. It's going to resolve. So Ensnaring Bridge onto the battlefield. Plays an Ether Vial. I don't know why he's kept these Ether Vials in, particularly as he's got Stony Silence in here. I think once this second Ensnaring Bridge comes down, I don't think he can win this match. See if there's a counter spell for this. There's not. So I don't know what his 4 cards in hand here are. He's going to get rid of Thalia. I don't think Thalia matters now. So here's a second Hierarch. This will probably mean he's going to crack the Lantern, or he's going to let it resolve. So it's still going to take him 8 turns to get the damage in of the Hierarchs. And Tyler will be trying to draw to a Pyroclasm here. You can see Drug Skull Captain next. He probably doesn't care about that. There's a Lantern which he wants. 4 Lords. Oh, he took the Geistless Shaft. There was Tyler forgetting to plug in his laptop before he played. So you can see he's got 4 Lords in hand, another one coming. So these are bad draws for Ivan. So you just let him have the drug skull, Captain, because it's never going to do anything. Once Tyler finds Pyroclasm, this one's over. He does have Ivan does have the Horizon Canopy to combat the mill as well. And here comes Abrupt Decay. Abrupt Decay is going to slow this down. Witchbane Orb. I'm not sure why he bought that card in. I can't think of anything on the other side that would. Tyler going to fire off this Abrupt. Oh, he's got two Abrupt Decays. This one's done. Yeah, fire one off now. Tyler is down to 8, so it's not like it's 0. But he's going to be able to take care of the last Hierarch, unfortunately, for Ivan. Ivan had, in the last 2 games, I think he saw a Unified Will. It's the only sideboard card he's seen. As this winds down, Tyler's got this one wrapped up. So there was that. Tyler took down Standard, and he's going to take down Modern as well. I believe, off memory, Ivan took down Legacy in a really bizarre finale. And again, apologies for not having the points up. I'll be doing a big update once I get the internet back. And there's a Spell Queller, way too late. We'll see a concession coming pretty soon. Another Codex Shredder to keep the mill going.